Hey there! So lately I've been working on the first episode of Fangirlology, which is going to be one of the major parts of this channel. And a thought suddenly occurred to me. I'm going to be posting a series of videos where everyone can see and hear what I do. This isn't going to be some online discussion or argument you're having in your head. There are going to be people out there watching, judging. So I thought one of the best ways to get over this crisis is just to practice making videos, even if they're inconsequential to what the actual channel is going to be about. Because it's one thing to have the scripts and ideas planned out, and quite another to actually get everything recorded and put in place in the video. So there's no better time to do that than when you're working on a video already. Way to go, Sam. So while I was thinking about ideas for practice videos that I could do, I was inspired by the recent uploads by two very gorgeous YouTubers, Frizz Biscuits and Literally Kappa. They talked about the Perth Supernova, which from what I understand is basically the Australian version of Comic-Con or Fan Expo. I think Jillian actually uploaded a video about it recently, so you could check out her channel and watch it. And during their adventure, they got to meet the cast of some of the most amazing TV shows ever existing. Merlin, Game of Thrones, Firefly, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and of course they got to meet John Barrowman. John Barrowman. Sorry, just had to get that out of my system. They got to meet John Barrowman. Why doesn't John Barrowman come to Canada? Why doesn't anyone really come to Canada for that matter? And while going through these updates, I thought to myself, Sam, didn't you just have a recent convention experience? Why, yes, Self, I did. So a couple of weeks ago, I had the amazing opportunity of working behind the scenes at Anime North. And for all the non-Canadians, or those who don't know what Anime North is, it is one of the largest anime expos in Canada. And while the main focus is anime, it's not exclusive to that. I have no idea how many Super Hula cosplayers I saw in that whole weekend. Let me tell you, it is quite diverse. So I was given the opportunity to work with the Anime North staff as a guest liaison, which probably sounds more like a bodyguard than it actually was. I mean, obviously, it's not hard to see me bodyguarding some really famous guest speaker. Look at those muscles. I could be fierce. But really the job just consisted of walking them around the convention, making sure they got everywhere safe, seeing if they needed any water, if they wanted any food, just general stuff like that. And I will be honest, it was probably one of the coolest opportunities that I have ever been given in this life. I was able to meet a whole bunch of famous Japanese and English voice actors, as well as I got a chance to interact with a bunch of mutual fans, which is always really nice. And of course, I got a universal pass to go anywhere in the convention. Oh yeah. We were also given these nifty bags to put all our stuff in while we were working, so it was really handy. We got the general guide. You're giving the survival guide, because that's necessary. A bunch of pens for the guest speakers to use in case they needed to sign anything and their markers ran out. And a shitload of certs, which if you don't know what certs are, they're basically a really tasty kind of mint. And I kind of inhaled these things because I was talking so much with the guest speakers and with the cosplayers and everyone else. And so, of course, one of the things you worry about when you're talking to a really famous person is, oh God, is it obvious that I inhaled 3 waffles and a plate full of bacon, coffee, breakfast, and a stack of convention t-shirts? Because, you know, you can never have enough. They actually had boxes of t-shirts from the previous years and asked us if we wanted any. So, of course, I was just like, hell yeah, I'm getting in on that. I'll be sleeping well. So the entire weekend was awesome. I've gone to Anime North as a participant before, but this is the first time that I actually worked with the staff behind the scenes and see how everything in Anime North ran, which was really interesting. You would be surprised how much work goes into these conventions. While I was a guest liaison, I wasn't assigned to just one person. I actually helped out in the autograph section, but that probably worked out for the best because that meant I got to meet almost everyone there. Katie Griffin, Lyndon Ballantyne, Mai Gatto, Scott McNeil especially, the amazing Yumi Hara, Brian Dobson. I even got to meet the Vamji Award winner Hidekatsu Shibata. That was awesome. But the biggest thing for me was probably meeting the English voice actors of Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon was probably the first fandom that I ever really got into. So for me, this was an absolutely huge thing. I would watch all the episodes that I could of Sailor Moon on TV. And because this is the time before internet and DVDs, I had to actually go out and rent VHS tapes if I wanted to watch them when it wasn't aired on TV. Yes, they weren't the characters themselves, but they were the English voices I grew up knowing. So for me, that was quite special. So in a way, 8-year-old Sam got her wish of hanging out with Sailor Moon and the Sailor Scouts. And I could say now it was a really fun experience, but before the event, I was absolutely terrified. One thing you should know about me is I don't have a really big social life. I barely even have a very social online life. I just got a Twitter account, okay? So you can obviously guess social situations are not my thing, especially when talking in really, really loud rooms and other people when you can't really hear them. You just kind of have to pretend to go along or ask them to repeat themselves about 4 or 5 times before you just go along with it. Needless to say, I was wondering what I had signed myself up for. So I got there the first day and I was completely nervous. I was a little ball of nerves. Little in many ways. So the first full day we all got together and we had brunch with all the voice actors and the guest speakers and the famous cosplayers and everything just to get to know everyone and so that they could recognize our faces. I was standing there with my tote bag and my badge just in a little corner, just pacing back and forth because I had no idea how to interact with any of these people. And this was one of those times where you just want to stand by the sidelines, not really interact with anyone, not be in anyone's way. And of course, this is the moment where everyone decides that they're going to notice you. So a couple of the speakers came up to me and started talking to me. And it was really nice. It was really friendly. I mean, it was just general chatter, asking how breakfast was, how we liked the waffles, and little things like that. And for me, I think I did pretty well with this. I mean, they could clearly tell that I was really, really nervous to talk to them and meet them, and I had no idea what I was doing. Like, you hear that these famous people are actually really nice, and once you get to know them, all they just want to do is chat, get to know you, give you hugs, sign autographs if they can. But there's a difference between hearing about these things and actually experiencing it. Not just as a fan where there's a table between you and they're just online just to get an autograph and then you head out and that's it. That's all their life that they see. Yes, you might have a bad experience with celebrities who aren't too keen on meeting their fans and are just there to sign for whatever their reasons that they're not as sociable. But most of these celebrities, they just want to hang out, meet you guys, give you hugs if you can, autographs, hear how much you appreciate their work. And there's one other thing that people tend to forget. Most of these famous people are fans themselves. I had some really great discussions about animes, TV shows, fandoms that we shared with these people. The only difference between them and me is they're actually working in the industry and I'm just enjoying it. And I wasn't the only one really excited to meet them. There were lines of fans trying to get autographs with these people. And I swear, when I looked at the people in these lines, I saw the mirror image of myself that very morning at brunch. Everyone was so excited, everyone was nervous, they didn't know what to do with their hands, they were just folding their posters and got their pens out and uncapping them. So I would go up to the next person in the line and I would start talking to them, making sure they had everything ready, whatever they wanted to sign, have it out. If you want a picture taken, have your camera on, and just relax. Don't worry about making a fool of yourself in front of them. Most likely, they're not going to care, or they've seen a lot worse. Whatever the case, from what I saw at Anime North, they were all so happy to meet each and every one of the people that came up to them, because that's probably the biggest compliment for them. There is, of course, a line about how much you could say, especially within a restricted time period when these people have slots to sign and they want to see everyone that they can. So while they probably love hearing how much of a fan you are of their work, keep in mind that there are other people behind you that also want to say the same thing, and they want to get to know and hear and meet every single one of these people that they can. It's kind of turned into a bit of a fangirl lesson, didn't it? So that was basically my behind-the-scenes experience at Anime North. Got to meet a whole bunch of really nice and very famous people, and in between getting to know and talk to a whole bunch of other fans. which, as I said, is always neat to meet new people with common interests and common fandoms. And of course, the whole thing wasn't just work, 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 talk to really famous people, help others, meet these really famous people, etc., etc., etc. I actually got some pretty decent free time. So I went off to see panels, see different kinds of shows, a bunch of musicals that go on during Anime North, the Artist Corner, event avenue where we call the Dealer's Den, which you could buy a whole bunch of anime-related stuff. And again, it's not just anime-related. There's a whole bunch of fandom-related stuff that you could buy in there. It's all really cool. Of course, you probably end up getting lost, like I did, or walking around the place 10 times before finally deciding what you really want to buy. Maybe I should do a bit of an Anime North haul. I couldn't buy all the things I wanted for obvious reasons, but I did end up getting these totally awesome necklaces, which I'm so gonna wear in all my videos. Emo t-shirt, which I actually wore in the last video, and I've gotten a lot of compliments about it. So I'm really glad that I actually made this purchase, because I almost didn't. Emo! A bunch of posters from the Artist Corner. Oops, that's upside down. Which I absolutely love going to because they're all either local artists or even international artists who come to Anime North and sell their posters for quite reasonable prices. I mean, most of these artists you could find on DeviantArt and everything, and it's just the quality and that I can't even. I actually think I love the fan-made posters more than the official ones because there's the whole fan perspective and the fan imagination that's added into these. Yeah, Doctor Who. Buttons. Probably shouldn't have done that. Oops. Seriously, I think there's some kind of law that you have to buy buttons when you go to Anime North. Of course, the Japanese staple. Pocky. Now this is actually the last bag of Pocky that I have left from Anime North. I'm surprised it's lasted me this long. And of course, the biggest thing for me was I got to interview a whole bunch of you fangirls and ask your opinions for footage which I'm going to use for the first episode of Fangirlology. So that was great. I seriously got some amazing footage there and really good answers and really good interviews that are definitely going to help me for this channel. So thank you guys so much. It was amazing. You were all very, very kind. So that's it. That was my experience behind the scenes. Well, not really behind the scenes, but working with the staff and Anime North and figuring out how everything was run, getting to meet all the people, getting to meet all of you guys. And, you know, it was just incredible, I gotta say. Just in general, how everything looks from the fan point of view in conventions and translating that over to the staff side, that was really something that really made me think. So if I'm given the chance, I'm definitely doing this again next year because it was just a blast. And I learned so much from both sides of fandom. So there you go. There was my practice video. Take what you want from it. Take the message you want from it. That somehow snuck into the video, which was just supposed to be about my experience. So if you like this video, please give it a major thumbs up. And if you would like to see more videos like this in the future, or if you are really expecting the first episode of Fangirlology, which I hopefully will get done within the next 2 weeks. That's kind of my goal right now. Whatever the case, if you want to see more of me or want to see more of anything else I have to offer, then please subscribe, which will probably have a button right up here if I get the, if I get the whole editing thing right. I'm still working on this, but, yeah. Should be a subscribe button there. If not, there will be a subscribe button below. Any support is appreciated here, especially since I'm still starting out. If you have any questions or things you want to add, leave a comment below, and I will probably be answering mostly anything that comes my way right now, considering I'm probably not going to get a whole lot. So let me know what you think, and I will be going now because the blood circulation in my legs is getting dangerously low. See you in the next one. I just realized I forgot to put the necklace back on. I hope no one notices. Small continuity error.